Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? My name is Buckna1987, and today we're going to be continue working on the TIEREN ground type. Last time we were able to get the main torso finished, and I believe we're going to start working on the legs. We're going to try to have a good time today, and I'm going to try to keep moving forwards with this. Hopefully we can complete the main build. Sorry, let me adjust my volume there. Hopefully we can finish the main build so we can start doing the customizations and adding different aesthetic pieces and build up some of the armor paneling. Well, without further ado, I guess let's jump into it. Alright, well, on this stream, again, I have completely changed my setup again. I have a new stand for my camera. I've got my microphone set up a little different, which, speaking, I'm going to lower that down a bit. What else? What else have I done? I adjusted my bitrate to 30 FPS instead of 60, so hopefully I have a better picture. But we shall see. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into this. Yeah. All right. So far, the TIEREN, whatever you want to call it, is coming together pretty nicely. Already getting ideas on different things to do on, like, the chest panel right here. I think I want to plug up that hole on all of the sides because they're not really doing anything. I want to add another panel, like maybe an access panel or something on the back of this radio box. Maybe make like small repair patches on the shoulder shields. I might experiment on doing minor battle damage as far as bullets and whatnot. I did... Give me 1 second here. Oops. Knocking stuff over. I did find this book that is the Mecha Model Guide, and they go into very detailed instructions on how to do battle damage. Look at that, right to the page where they show how to get certain effects and how to add different details and whatnot. Great book. Lots of build-alongs with it on basically these 3 different models, which I might do a 1-to-1 with the RX-78, but that's to be determined. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and start our next section. We finished off 5 in the last episode, if you want to call it an episode. And so now I'm going to go ahead and jump on over to 6, which it shows I need to build 2 of those. Which... Bravo 16, 17, 18, 19. All right. Bravo 16, 17, 18, and 19. I adjusted some settings on my microphone, so hopefully my voice comes over better. And hopefully my little fella is actually mouthing how he's supposed to be mouthing, but I still think I need to work on him. My end goal is to actually come up with my own PNG, but right now I'm using Feroid Studios, which, I mean, that's easy enough to understand, and I'm getting a lot of the basic functionalities out of what I'm doing. Should have been paying attention to those. Because they do go with specific ones. 16 with 19, 17 with 18. There we go. Ah, there you are. All right. Get my file out, at least ready. So yeah. I'm really looking forward to the next step of this project, which is the custom painting, paneling, scribing, and changing up. Went ahead and got me some new satin top coat instead of the super high gloss, which I used the super high gloss on the Jesta when I was doing the painting on that, and the detailing and decals and whatnot. It seemed to work, but took a couple coats of matte to actually get it to not be shiny. And I don't want my tactical camo to be shiny. But that's neither here nor there. I'm excited to see how that turns out. Still missed a sprue. There we go. Gotta watch out for these nubs. They'll sneak up on you, and then you gotta go back a step. There we go. So I'm enjoying doing this Twitch thing. Ooh, squeak. Hopefully that's not broadcasting over too hard. But yeah, I'm enjoying doing this Twitch. Developing a community, learning different production techniques. Do I think I will be the next, Ninja Blevins or whatever? No, I'm not. But, it'd be nice to just have a group of people that I can hang out with and talk with and just share the experience. Which, the cool thing about this new camera is I can adjust it. Before, my camera was mounted solidly to the cross support of my desk, so I couldn't move it at all. So I'd have to try to figure out where exactly the best framing was. But now I just gotta flip a switch and I can move my camera up and down. May need to pull out the knife for that one. I don't even know where these pieces are gonna go or if they're gonna be covered, so no use to spend a load of time on something that's going to be obscured by other pieces. I'm not looking to enter in a competition or anything like that. I'm just having a good time, enjoying what I'm doing. Because, I mean, if you're not having a good time, then why even do it? There we go. All right. And it looks like Alpha 28, which is right here. Give those some relief. Give me 1 second. I'm looking at some of my settings. There we go. Well, looking at everything, it looks like this is going to be my best setup so far. None of my settings are flashing red or, oh no, you're dropping frames. Run for the hills. Ah. Started a little later than usual, but yeah, I just roll with it. It's not like I'm on a time clock. I gotta clock in and do work at a certain time. Something else that I would like to do on my channel is maybe have do like a Fireside Friday and just find stories I can tell and try to do I don't want to say creepypasta, but just tell short stories. Maybe have stories submitted or something like that. I've been watching a lot of those videos on different sites recently, and I really enjoy the storytelling nature of it. Maybe make a soundboard or something like that for it and try to actually be somewhat theatrical. But who knows? There we go. It's gonna need a knife. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to censor out me using the blade, it looks like. People are way too sensitive. But I mean, everybody has their own issues, but we're not talking about that here. I like to try to keep an open space with open community and just comfortable, relaxing. That's why I don't talk very loud. Try to keep my tone down. joy and comfort. If you can't tell, I'm a huge fan of Bob Ross and how he did all of his videos and episodes and everything about him with his calm demeanor and can-do attitude. I feel like everybody needs a little bit more of that nowadays. Try to keep that scraping noise down. It kind of just grades at your ears, doesn't it? There we go. Gonna have to see how this sets, but I may take that off. Like, or even go up with it so it's like it is like an anchor point, like digging his heels. If this piece is what I assume it is. Because I believe this is the foot. Or the feets. There we go. Alright, Alpha 1, Alpha 2. Let's see. Alpha 1, Alpha 2. Excuse me. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I was just going to take that whole frame down, but I don't want to mess with Alpha 3 if I don't need it. I was waiting for that to be the next step. Alpha 2. Alpha 2. Alpha 1. And Alpha 1. There we go. I haven't needed to use any polycaps yet, so that's good. I haven't forgotten those. So I think the thing that I thoroughly enjoy about using an avatar instead of showing my face while I'm building is I'm currently between haircuts. So my hair is crazy. My beard is nuts. I haven't shaped it in a bit. So I'm a little unkempt. But little Buckno right there. He looks great. There we go. Sometimes I just like to listen to the songs. I mean, I enjoy them. Makes me feel like I'm doing this in the town square or something like that. I believe this one is actually cobbler's shop, like or cooper. That's why you hear the bellows in the background of them eating up the metal. There we go. Yeah, it's showing full 30 FPS when before the 60 was jumping around and really struggling. So hopefully the picture doesn't look like a potato.
Smash Zebra is a new friend.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Smash Zebra? You probably already figured it out, but my name is Buckner1987. I build Gunpla, and I sit here and chat and try to do my best Bob Ross impression. How are you doing today? Just to fill you in on what exactly I am working on, I'm working on the TIEREN ground type. Just finished the torso in the last stream, which this is going to be a full custom. Let me grab them real quick. I have the Jesta. Let me see if I can... There we go. Full Jesta that I did a custom paint job on him. And I'm going to take the TIEREN and basically do the same thing. Do different panel lines. I'm going to take some experiment with the styrene and try to make it look more cohesive. As far as the camo pattern, I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking about doing a multi-nation style, like the American tricolor on the Jesta, maybe a German leopard on the TIEREN. But we'll figure it out from there. But there's his feet. I'm also thinking about maybe chopping off that corner since he's got the 200 millimeter howitzer. Maybe driving his heels so he doesn't keep him stable. Something. But anyways, something that I like to do around here is I've got my little beaker and I've got my big beaker. And anytime I get a new follower or somebody that wants to join the crew, I'll take... Yeah, this one. I'll take a sprue, put it in the little beaker. That way I've got the friends hanging out. So yeah, Now I completely lost where I was on my on my sheet here. Get these chunks out of here. There we go. Right there. Finish 6, I'm on 7. Bravo 2523. So you've been doing Gunpla for 2 months. Awesome. I started middle of last year. I'm relatively new, so I mean, I guess we'll learn how to do this together. If you come up with good ideas, and just feel free to shout them out. I just picked up a book. I'm not sponsored or anything. Let me turn that so maybe you can see the cover. The Mecha Modeling Guide is fantastic if you're wanting to do any kind of like customization or anything like that. It goes in way in detail on everything, like a little too much detail in most things, but I would highly suggest that. I don't have an affiliate link or anything, just a good book. I've been telling everyone I know that does models to get one. They've got build alongs. There's a RX-78 custom in there that I was thinking about doing a build along to, because I've got a entry grade. And I know 0 French, so sorry. The cool thing about customizations is if it doesn't turn out exactly how you wanted it to, of course I moved my light, so now I gotta get that, gotta fight that for the next 15 minutes. The cool thing about customization is if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, it's battle damage. Put a little bit of extra scuff on there, put some terrain mud or something on it so it looks like it's been in a scuff, and or a beam saber hit it or something. There's no such thing as a bad result when it comes to customization. You just have to be willing to accept that that's not what I was thinking, but I did it. Bravo 2523. I think I've said that like 5 times now. This will be my second one that I've tried to customize. The Jesta was a train wreck the entire time, but it turned out alright. Lots of effects, paints, and stuff on there to hide my crimes, as one likes to say. But I mean, if you're coming here to watch an expert, then you may be disappointed. Because expert I am not. I will say that the kind of nippers you use, game changer. I was using the Mr. Hobby style, or the Mr. Tools, just plain, you know. But Then I upgraded to a off-brand God Hand with the single with the blade and anvil, and that is world of difference. Oh, I mean, God Hand is expensive. That's why I went off-brand. I'm one of those, if it's cheap, it's for me kind of people. Um, this brand I'm using is Dispae, Dspiae. Relatively inexpensive. I mean, it's not, I'm not going to say cheap, but I haven't looked at them in a while. But they're on Amazon, and they're not ridiculous. And there's so many different makers now that are putting out gunpla tools and whatever. And if you can go out and find something that works, it doesn't necessarily have to be a modeling tool. Like I have so many things that aren't necessarily modeling tools, but they still work. Like they make specific scribers for styrene, and I found this rusty compass or wing divider that has two sharp points on it, and that's what I use. I think this cost me like, actually I don't think this cost me anything. I think I just found it. Put a little bit of file work on the tips and bam. And I mean, nothing on my desk is being used as purpose built, so it is what it is. Something I found out a long time ago was if you sorry, my brain was braining. If you wait for the expensive things, then you'll never do anything. So, little word of advice, I guess. Bravo in India. All right. And let me just slap everything out of the way while I'm at it. Had a teacher a long time ago that said, start with the worst tools you can find. Absolutely bottom. Learn how to do everything with tools you have to fight the entire time, especially when it comes to like potentially expensive hobbies. Because once you get to a point to where it's worth when you get to the point to where it's worth spending the money on the expensive tools, the learning curve is there. For now. Right on. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. I mean, I could spend all my money on the tools and then not have anything to do with them. I have a backlog of, I don't even know at this point, that I've just collected over the years. I started last year, months. Get them as like birthday presents and whatnot. Got some as birthday present, got a couple as Christmas presents, and just been letting them sit. So now I'm made the decision that I'm going to start streaming. So I actually have to work through my backlog, and I have to do these things that I'm putting off for one reason or another. And that is a tight fit in there. There we go. Yeah, I found this kit in particular. Found it in a bargain bin, like secondhand shop, and it was in with like a couple other ones. Right on. My jest I showed you. Here, I'll just go ahead and grab them. I have an airbrush. I'm gonna throw that out there. But my airbrush was down. Like, I had to fix it. At the time I was painting this, so all of this is done with like crap paint and just paintbrush. So, I mean, you can get good results with, I mean, I used bottom barrel as cheap as I could find paintbrushes and paint. So, yeah, you don't have to have the like airbrush and all that other stuff. But I mean, I think I'm just starting to talk in circles at this point. That's something you'll find out about me pretty quick. Is I latch onto an idea and I don't let go. I'm like a dog. Yeah, the Jest is a Gunpla. I don't. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what series he came from, but yeah, the Jest is in one of the Gunpla universes. There's so many, and the TIEREN is from Double O. Bravo 12, Bravo 10. Bravo 12. Yeah, don't move outside of Gundam models. Bravo 14 also. Might as well go ahead. Like, I've done a couple Star Wars. My wife commissioned me to do a Boba Fett. Because, of course, she has an obsession. um, but yeah, I kind of fell out of the actual Gundam series. Shoot, mid 90s. And I'm getting back into it slowly. Just restarted Double O. After that, I'm probably gonna do Endless Waltz. Because, I mean, that's just a movie. But the last one that I watched was G Gundam with the, Neo, every nation in the world kind of environment. So yeah, if you've got some fun lore or anything like that, I know nothing. I really enjoy the kits, and I'm just getting back into watching the shows and reading the manga. So yeah. The I think my favorite kit I've put together was Gundam Maxter. I mean, it's an integrate, but when I was a kid, I loved Gundam Maxter with the pilot was so pompous. Yeah. A lot of people hate on Tequila Gundam, which I didn't mind that one. It's not the worst. I don't know any of the pilots' names, so forgive me for that one. But the RX-78 from Origins was interesting. I like the early type. I think they're called gun tanks or something like that. It's the torso with tank treads from Origins. I thought that one was interesting. Any of the heavy arms are more hard hitting, not nimble and flying around. I'm a very barbarian kind of class. Hit hard and hit fast. That's the way I approach things. I'm too big for finesse. What about yourself? Who's your favorite? Now brain is doing that thing again where I'm thinking dangerous habit. The I believe in G Gundam there was one where he had like dragon gauntlets. You know, I've seen Barbados around everywhere. It's a interesting looking model. I never watched Iron Blooded Orphans or IBO or whatever, however they're referred to, but I've heard that it's a decent series. Even even one of my other followers may have words with each other because they do not like IBO at all. With a passion. But I do like the just absolute. His weapon looks just brutal, honestly. Like the giant mace or whatever that is. I dig it. There we go. There we are. Well, I hope that makes sense later. I'll tell you this, with this model, there's been times that I've been like, I have no idea why it wants me to do that. And then it's like, oh, well, that makes perfect sense. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that one. The two things I've heard is that the story is very convoluted. Just not really well told. And there's a lot of that's like, well, what does that mean? Or where did that come from? Or whatever. But I still like the aesthetics, I guess. Alpha 14, Alpha 16. Alpha 14. And Alpha 16. looks like I spent all that time cleaning up those parts just for them to get buried underneath a piece of armor. It's good to have it. Good practice. Alright, sorry, I got distracted. I had motion at my door, but it looks like it was just a bird. So bouncing back to tools. These glass float files are amazing. I hesitated on getting them for the longest time, and then I got them for a birthday present, and they're so nice. They don't take off a lot of material, but they do a fantastic job of polishing and getting rid of sprue marks and that. Which I'm not really worried about the, like how there's that white bit right there. Not really worried about that because I'm going to paint it. I just don't want to be able to feel it. Because if you can feel it and you paint over it, then you can see it. Hey, Lord Valg the Builder. How you doing today? Ansai is AK10K. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Well, the only thing that you missed is I built the feet. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Learn something new every day. But yeah, I got the feet built. I'm working on one leg. Armor pieces. So yeah. Oh, and immediately after stream last week, I looked up that kit that you said that you're working on. For the life of me, I cannot remember what it's called at the moment, but I remember that it was pretty rad. Oh, well, that's gonna bother me. But yeah, I looked up the base kit, and yeah, that's fantastic. Love it. Yeah. But I didn't see the Barbie clone one, unless you're doing that full custom. But I did see just the kit itself, and that was pretty awesome. Oh, that makes sense why it's not going on there. I'm putting it on the wrong side. Okay. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm trying to concentrate. This piece feels like it just absolutely wants to snap. Trying my best not to break any important parts. Ooh, did it. All right, there we go. Let's see. Looks like we're pulling out the Charlies. 6, 10, and 4. Gonna take a second. I did take your advice though. I knocked down to 30 FPS and I adjusted some resolution with my camera. So on my end, it looks like it's looking a lot better. I also got a new stand. But yeah, I think that made a big difference. My CPU's not freaking out on me. So yeah, well, thank you for that. 6, 10, and 4. Six. And there's 4. And Slowly making progress, getting there, working on it. So I went to the getting place and found a, I think it was a Leo. That's like a medium. Like how if the Jesta is light armor and this is heavy, then the Leo's like right between them. And I think I'm going to throw him in there for another fire team member. But I also have to make a very solid argument on why I need to buy another kit right now when I have more in the closet. Exactly. I think it was like $12 and there's usually a 40% coupon. So yeah, I might get a couple of those and have a additional force on a fire team. Do a 5-member instead of a 4. You know, I fully understand that, but my significant other tends to argue. Why do you need that one? Because I don't have it. That's not a viable argument. But now I can be like, I need it for my stream. But people have demands. Maybe one of these days if I build a big enough community where it would make sense to do that, go and find a super accessible model that most people would be able to find, and hey, let's do a build along. Everyone set up at the same time and not do like any kind of race or anything like that, but just everybody building the same model at the same time, hanging out, chit-chatting. And also there's some models where it's like on, you know, step number 12, part B, how exactly am I supposed to do that? Because I've pretty sure we've all have fallen into that, to where you gotta like, well, I guess I could look it up, or let me go watch this video real quick, because this does not make sense. Who knows, it might be fun. Do a super long stream. Right. Okay, that makes more sense. Like even this model, there's like been multiple times where I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Why are you having me do this? Come on. Now you're just yanking my chain, kit. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense now. There we go. Stop me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if you were in yet. Pointing straight up at the camera, that looks weird. I'm not sure if you were in yet, but I was talking to Smash about camo patterns, and I think I'm going to do a German late war tiger stripe style on him instead of the more American style tricolor. So that's the current running plan. And I'm going to change that song and hit my knee on my desk. Did I put that in upside down? No, I couldn't have. Because that absolutely will not fit in there. Yep. Time for everybody's favorite game. Called I Put a Piece in the Wrong Spot, and now I gotta pull everything apart to, actually, I don't think I will. Yeah, because that's the wrong piece. It's almost like it doesn't want to come apart. There we go. so close. Oh, there we go. There we go. That probably explains why that didn't fit in there at all. I just thought it was very tight. Probably would help if I read the instructions a little closer and not just grab pieces that look like the right piece. Oh, so much easier. Wow. Can't believe how much of a difference it makes when it's the right piece. There we go. Well, at least I didn't get too far before I had to take it apart. There we go. Alright, once again for the second time. Boom. And then there we go. I do like the spacer piece on that one, that's pretty nice. There we go. Charlie 3. There we go. And I was just thinking to myself, man, I'm making good progress today. And I had to go back 2 steps to fix something. was supposed to put this on before that shin piece. At least that's not hard to take off. Say with all the confidence in the world, at least it's not hard to take off. There we go. All right. Yeah, they look the same. All right, there's one leg done. Time for the second one. At least now I know from my mistakes, I guess. All right, let's pull out Bravo. 15, 10, and 13. Bravo 10. $15 and $13. There we go. All right, give me 1 second and I will be right back. All right. I'll take a quick drink. Figured you guys didn't want to listen to that. Oh, I have a beaker that I keep all my nubs in. So I clip and just have it set up so I just gotta flick my wrist and it goes right in. When I was working on my other desk, which I've since changed rooms and moved around and stuff like that. My beaker, you could tell which kit I was working on at what time because it was like layers of different colors and like very clear layers. And now that I've moved rooms and everything and it's been jostled around, it's kind of just mixed together, so I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with it once I fill it up. I know that a lot of people use sprue goo, where you do the cement with the nibs in a jar. As far as that goes, I usually just, if I need a little extra, I'll take a bit of sprue that I've cut off or cut off a section I've finished with on the runner. But I don't know, I feel accomplished with actually collecting them, and I only put the ones that I'm actually snipping off while I'm building in there. Like, I won't cut up a sprue and throw it in there. But no, if I was just launching them on the floor, I'm pretty sure that there would be some words said to me. Yeah. For color matching, or if you're just, it's a color match, yeah, I get that. But if you're just filling, like, I might just take some random to fill in the divots because I'm going to paint it anyways. So if you're going to paint, then it doesn't really matter. I may even not even worry about it and do like a small access panel right there with some styrene or something. Haven't really decided yet. Never actually worked with styrene before, but excited to try. Have you tried the Tamiya thinner, like airbrush thinner? Or the, yeah, Tamiya airbrush thinner instead of the extra thin cement for the sprue goo? Because I've heard that works just as well at like a quarter of the cost. But I have not tried that yet. And India. Gotcha. Is there a specific putty that you're using, or because I've seen some people use like wood filler, and I don't know how I feel. I don't know what that click was. Huh. Yeah, probably hit my watch on something. Milliput. That's pretty quick curing, isn't it? Like put on, sand off almost immediately, or is that one of the ones that like takes forever to? I shouldn't say takes forever, but you gotta like there's a work time on it. Yeah, the only putty experience I have is the well, not counting Bondo, because I mean that's excessive for this, but the oh, I think it's called like gap filler. You get it for the scale model cars to help like deal with warped or whatever. And that stuff is not great. I prefer not to use it if I don't have to, because it's almost dry before you actually can get it on the model. And I tend to like to take my time on things. Gotcha. I need to remove that song from my playlist. I keep telling myself to, and I just keep forgetting. 13 and 15. Alpha 13 and 15. There we go. I'm really tempted on this one to do battle damage on those big armor plates. And that stuff would just be used for like seam removal, correct? not necessarily filler. Right on. I'm learning so much. And that's not me being sarcastic at all. And you know, that's kind of why I started this. Now, if I was wanting to have like improvised panels, like how on a lot of those World War II Sherman tanks, how they had stuff just welded on there, could I like run that bead and then like daub it on so it looks like a crude weld, or does it kind of self-level? Because that's also an interesting look. I'm not very familiar with the welding technology of the Gundam universes. It's probably some sort of laser weld that doesn't leave a seam. But I also kind of like the idea of field repairs. Right on. I may do that to some of the panels on this guy. Do some improvised field repairs. Excuse me, just decided to throw this on the ground for some reason. There we go. And this go around, I made sure I put in the right piece so I didn't have to take it apart. one right here. There we go. Getting some weird feedback there for a second. All right, Charlie 5, Charlie 7. Charlie 5. And Charlie 7. Still making adjustments. There we go. Yeah, that sounds better. Pretty sure my kiddo came in here and was doing a classic case of, ooh, what does this button do? Yeah, it's whatever. There we go. I say that a lot, don't I? There we go. Set up a counter at the top of the screen that says how many times I say there we go. Charlie 9. Charlie 9. What else do I need? PC Charlie. PC Charlie. This goes down here. And that goes right there. let's see. Alpha 3, Charlie 3. Alpha 3 and Charlie 3. And of course, Alpha 3 decided that it wanted to jump straight onto the floor. But thankfully, I didn't have to crawl underneath the desk to find it. It's funny how these pieces just take off like a rocket sometimes. There we go. Again, there we go. May have fibbed a little. Just wasn't ready. Looks like the wind's picking up outside. May have to end here shortly, because we are supposed to be getting thunderstorms in, and if we get a thunderstorm in, I might just cut abruptly, and no one wants that. But we'll see. Okay. Foot and knee. All right, this is coming together pretty nice. I mean, there's not a lot, but the level of articulation that it has is pretty decent. Just in the leg alone, that central buffer or gasket or whatever you want to call it right there that hides the joint is very nice. I like that. All right. Well, there is the legs. Looks like next time we are going to cover the midsection. And looks like the final put together of everything else, and then we'll start the customization process, which I'm planning on doing more so. Let me get in the right screen. All right. So on the next stream, I'm going to be working on the midsection and the last little bit of armor. There's some to do with the weapon too, but we're going to be doing the start working on laying out different customizations, probably the new panel lining, pulling out the styrene sheets and maybe gluing on some styrene to add different access panels. Might build some armor to put on there. Haven't really decided yet, but I'm going to try to take suggestions and other advice. Glittering and bedazzling. Maybe not on this one, but when I pull out the entry grade RX-78, we can do a something I'll refer lovingly to the Hello Kitty, the Hello Kitty custom, or the kawaii. That would, I know a few people that would love that. I will absolutely, yep, that's being written down right now, and there we go. Get the puffy paint and glitter glue out. We'll have a great time. Well, with all that being said, I appreciate y'all hanging out, and I appreciate just out of everyone you can watch, you chose me, and that means the world to me. So hopefully next week we can start being more creative and less following instructions. So that being said, y'all are beautiful. Be nice to one another. And please continue building models. See ya.